A very good morning to everyone here from the Kingsman Cricket Arena. We are live here from Pearland, Texas, and this is an important last game here for both the teams. We have the Lone Star Athletics playing the MetroPlex Tracers. This is their game 2. They played yesterday. We had an outcome where the Lone Star Athletics had won the toss. They decided to bowl, and they were chasing about 159 runs, but they just fell 4 runs short. So this is game number 2 between these two teams on a sunny Sunday morning. We did have some light showers earlier in the day, but now it looks like the game is good to go. The two umpires taking the on field right now, making sure the game starts on time. We have the two batters ready for the Lone Star Athletics. The news actually from the middle was the Lone Star Athletics had won the toss again this morning. Siddesh Patare choosing to bat first today, and so they will be putting up a score here while batting first, and the MetroPlex Tracers will be chasing in this round 2 of the fixtures between these two teams today. So it's minutes away. There are a couple changes for both the teams which we will go through pretty soon. Here you can see the Lone Star Athletics in blue and the MetroPlex Tracers in bright yellow taking on the field now. And we're estimated about a couple minutes since the first ball will be bowled. Again, this has been a mixed season for both the teams. This is definitely the last game the two teams will be playing. I believe MetroPlex Tracers might have one more game, but they will be finishing somewhere in the middle of the table. So great learnings so far they'll be taking out from this season and hoping to improve this in the coming year and make it to that final hurdle, that final step of that coveted crown of the minor league cricket. But we have seen throughout this season for both the teams a lot of youngsters with a blend of experience coming through and showing their skills, how they can get set on the big stage, minor league cricket. And if they get successful in the couple 2-3 years, the youngsters they have a chance to get into the major league cricket, which is the official higher level league here they play in the United States. And based how their career goes, we hope they all end up playing for the USA cricket team in the coming years. Just minutes away. It seems like for the MetroPlex Tracers, Nosh Kenjige, he will be bowling the first over. I think he did that similarly yesterday as well. So the Tracers will be going with the same approach. Spinner to start off with. And the left arm spinners, we have seen they're so effective in the shorter version of the T20 game. And trying to utilize the best of it in the power play, it's crucial for any team. And Nosh Kenjige, the wealth of experience he has. He has played Major League Cricket. He's played for the USA Cricket national team. And right now he's playing for the minor league cricket again. He's played minor league cricket for over the years. See, this we are talking about Nosh Kenjige, the wealth of experience. He plays for the USA national team, and we have a T20 World Cup coming up for the USA in early 2026, early next year. So we'll be looking him playing and playing his services for the national team pretty soon. And on screen you can see the captain of the MetroPlex Tracers, Shubham Ranjane. He'll be fielding in the slip region for now. But again, it's going to be a beautiful day of cricket. We just have one game today here from the Kingsman Cricket Arena. But yeah, the light showers didn't affect much. We had the covers on for some time. But we are ready to go for our very first ball of this very first innings. As you can see, the umpire is making sure they have all the fielders on board. Everything's ready to go. The Trump brothers, as we know, they both will be playing today. Joshua Trump, the keeper on screen. Meanwhile, the two openers for the Lone Star Athletics. It will be Shreyan Satish, the youngster, groomed by this Lone Star Athletics team, is out there, and he's joined with Hirit Hinge, who is taking the non-strikers end. So the youngsters will be showcasing their skills here in this game, hoping to finish the season strong with a W. And what better team to do that against? Their Texas rivals, the MetroPlex Tracers. Shreyan Satish is a right-handed batter. For his field setup in the power play, he has a deep mid-wicket on and a long off in place. We just have some movement around the screen, but I think that's good. The umpire signals the start of play. And it'll be Nosh Tush Kenjige bowling to Shreyan Satish. Here we go. First ball of the innings coming up. Good when playing on the back foot. Good start there from Nosh Tush. The line and length we have seen throughout his career, Nosh, has been spot on, and he's going to show that how, and make the batter think for himself how he can play his deliveries. Here comes Nosh. A little fuller there and quicker through the air. Well played, Shreyan Satish. Again, something to talk about Shreyan is he's a youngster groomed by the Lone Star Athletics team, and he has been here since a lot of years. I remember interviewing him 3-4 years ago where he was playing for the Houston Cricket League, and he played in this very stadium. And that journey throughout this last 3-4 years, now playing in minor league cricket for the Lone Star Athletics, is very, very commendable. And the only way is up for him. And then we have a youngster there, Reet Hinge, who's on strike now. Shreyan Satish has gotten off the mark with that single. Good start there from Nosh. Again, Hinge will be very watchful now. They know how crucial Nosh Tush Kenjige's spell would be for overspell. Fuller there, very well bowled. Just a single run so far of the first 5 balls. Tidy start now from Kenjige. Bringing the fielder closer in, Shubham Ranjane, as you can see him on screen. Trying to attack the batter, putting pressure on him, making him think what shot and what ball Kenjige will be bowling next. Very well bowled. So tidy over to start off with from Nosh. After the end of the first over, the Lone Star Athletics are 1 for no loss. So now we have the fast bowler Matthew Trump coming into the attack. He will be bowling from the Pearland end. Again, a spinner and a fast bowler. That's the combination the Tracers are starting off with. Yesterday we saw the Tracers post a score of 158 in their first innings. And that is something they would be looking, or maybe score more in their first innings here today, the Lone Star Athletics. Yes, John, that's down the offside, and that's a white ball to start off his spell. Shreyan Satish trying to slash it hard, but Matthew Trump was way wide on the offside. So the first extras of the game coming off here. Matthew Trump bowling. Joshua Trump, his brother, he's wicket keeping, as you can see on screen. Now on the offside, so that's the line he'll be bowling, it seems like, Matthew. Inviting the batter to come on the front foot or hit those offside shots. He does have protection down there in the deep cover region. But trying to push the Lone Star Athletics back, the 6 overs of power play, keep them under 40-50 runs would be something they will be looking and executing in this first 6 overs. Again, you can see that line again on that offside, consistent enough. Give him 2 dot balls. Shreyan Satish trying to reach for it, but still hasn't connected yet. So a little slow start from the Lone Star Athletics. But again, they'll be very careful, and we have, this 2 exciting youngsters. This will be a great, step up and a good confidence builder as they, finish the season and go into the coming years, And that's a good looking shot from Shreyan Satish. That's up in the air. And that's gone through the covers, and that will be the first boundary of the game from Shreyan Satish. This time he's able to connect a little fuller this time from Matthew Trump and into that cover region for 4 runs. First boundary for the Lone Star Athletics. And that was a good looking shot once we have the highlight of that. Clearing the field with no issue there, Shreyan Satish. A little fuller again, this time down the ground. And deciding against taking a single, or straight to the fielder. So Matthew Trump, as you can see, has a good tall figure, perfect in the sense of being a fast bowler. And again, he's using his height to perfection, and let's see how he can use the pitch as well today. Meanwhile, Shreyan Satish, absolutely brilliant youngster. Soft hands down there, the third man region. The call is for a couple of runs, and that's very quick running. Shreyan Satish was off it, and they take a couple of runs. That's great running between the wickets. Seemed like the moment Shreyan hit that, he wanted a couple of runs. Hinge was very hesitant on that second, but Satish had no issue coming back and getting those 2 runs. Good positive start so far from Shreyan. Going for the big one again. That kept low this time. So nonetheless, we finish off with a dot ball after the end of 2 overs. The Athletics are 8 for no loss. Shinosh Kenjige will continue his second over in the power play, as we saw him do that yesterday as well. The same approach the Tracers want to do. Having a youngster bowling from one end and an experienced player on the other. So Kenjige will be bowling to Hinge. Flicked off, and that'll be first runs for Hinge, and is off the mark in this match. It will be interesting to see if Shreyan comes down the track for one of the deliveries he faces Kenjige, just because of the intent he has shown so far. Or will he respect the bowler and his line here? Oh, this time he stays on the field, but he's gone big over that mid-on region. This will be another boundary, and this is absolutely brilliant batting from Satish so far. That's his second boundary of the match. A loose delivery there from Kenjige, and he pounces onto that brilliantly over that fielder on that mid-on region for 4 runs. And that boundary pushes them to make that change. The mid-on comes into that long-on region, so he'll be the fielder outside the circle, along with that deep mid-wicket. So expect a similar delivery from Kenjige now. And smartly played this time. There was some hesitation. Hinge was almost halfway down the crease. Shreyan sent him back, but no harm done. Oh, the covers this time. That's another beautiful looking shot. There'll be 1 bounces for 4 runs, and this is absolutely carnage so far from Shreyan. That's his 3rd boundary of the match. He's playing the field brilliantly. Meanwhile, Kenjige is not happy with what's been going on. The timing on that shot was impeccable there from Shreyan. Again, another reactive fielding change now. That long on comes inside the circle, and a long off gets into place for that last shot which Shreyan played. Down the leg side and flicks it off for a single. So smart batting so far from Shreyan. He moves on to 18 runs. The majority of the runs scored by him so far. Meanwhile, Hinge is slowly getting into the groove. Just a run so far for him. Here we have the last ball. Oh, I was up in the air for some time, but that should bring us to the end of the 3rd over. The Lone Star Athletics are 20 for no loss. So talking about the changes for the Tracers, Suwat Gudipati is the player who won't be playing today, and instead of him we have that Kepler from Matthew Trump. Again, he's targeting that offside length, but again, as we are going through the teams, it seems like Akhilesh Sudhakar is the player coming in for Tracers today, along with Sean Jindal, the 2 changes for the Tracers for today's game. And Gudipati, he sits for this game along with here is Matthew Trump. Oh, that's up in the air. There was a change of pace there. The fielder comes underneath it, and that brings up to the first wicket here. Shreyan Satish won't be happy with that. You can see some celebration there from Matthew Trump out there. He picks up that big wicket of Shreyan Satish, who was looking dangerous. He has to come back to the pavilion for 18 runs. Matthew Trump takes the first strike. LSA at 20 for 1. There was a soft wicket there from Shreyan Satish. He was looking in fine touch, but it seems like that change of pace got to him. He tried to flick it on the onside, but he was able to scoop it up in the air, and the fielder was well placed for it. An easy wicket there for Matthew Trump. Shreyan Satish won't be happy with that, especially losing that wicket in the power play and looking in fine touch after those 3 boundaries he hit early up. So nonetheless, that brings out Nitish Kumar out there in the crease for the Lone Star Athletics. Another right-handed batter, well known across this region. Nitish Kumar joining Hinge out there. As we know, Shreyan Satish, he didn't play yesterday, but came out today, opened the batting for the Lone Star Athletics. Had a good fiery start, but was not able to capitalize on that. And he got back to the pavilion after scoring 18 runs. Meanwhile, here comes Trump to the new batter. Down the leg side, and it's got a good looking drive. The fielder will have to work hard for that to stop, but it'll be a couple of runs, and Nitish Kumar is off the mark straight away with a couple of runs to his name. So 2 runs added to Nitish Kumar. There'll be a single quick running between the wickets now, taking on the fielder over there. So even the Lone Star Athletics, they had a couple of changes as we were talking about earlier. The first wicket, Shreyan Satish, he came into the starting 11 today, along with Imran Khan Jr., who's in the squad today for the Lone Star Athletics. And the 2 players will be not playing in this final game for them will be Jay Desai and Chaitanya Bishnoi. Very well bowled. Tidy start here from Matthew Trump. Just 3 runs of this over, along with a wicket. His plan would be to attack the youngster, put him on the back foot, and make him play that loose shot. So he picks up another wicket, and that's a quick run. Keeper with that throw, but Nitish Kumar was safely in there. So another brilliant over from Matthew Trump. After the end of 4 overs, the Lone Star Athletics are 24 for 1. Again, as we are, the final game for the Lone Star Athletics this season. And again, it won't be possible with all the sponsors that have helped us, conduct this season and help Lone Star Athletics participate here. And some of the sponsors, let us include Krypton Solutions, Modular Equipment, Adara Communities, the Medical Care Center of Texas. But here we go. That's the first change for the MetroPlex Tracers. A new bowling change. They have brought in Aryan Tumala into the attack. We saw him play yesterday as well. Right arm finger spinner and single of the very first ball from Hinge. Hinge now slowly taking his time. Just scored 3 runs facing 8 deliveries. He'll be looking to get the push on now. And now since Nitish Kumar is out there in the middle, he'll be putting on some confidence and bringing that rhythm into his batting. So he's able to post a good score at the end of this innings. Here comes Tumala. Little fuller on the off. Down the ground for a single. Again, as you can see now, the sun shining bright. It'll be a great game of cricket as we progress through the next 2-3 hours. In this beautiful, beautiful Kingsman Cricket Arena in Texas. Absolute gorgeous facility. Meanwhile, there we go, as we were talking about Hinge coming into the action now. As we are talking how Nitish Kumar can bring that positiveness to him, and that's that shot which, break the shackles now. He'll settle his nerve now with that boundary. 4 runs. First boundary for Hinge. Good looking drive. Taking on Tumala already. And this would definitely bring his confidence up. And hopefully he can, get a free flowing now into his game. Tumala will have to try something different now. There you go, a little wide on the offside. It's a little short, but straight to the fielder. So decent comeback. 2 dot balls after that boundary. And that is something the MetroPlex tracers will be looking to build on. After that hit for a boundary or a 6, how they can, how the bowlers stay in the game, not concede enough runs. That will help them in the cause as they try to restrict the Lone Star Athletics to a low score in their 20 overs. But after the end of 5 overs, so far the Lone Star Athletics are 30 for 1. So the last over of the power play, another bowling change, the 4th bowler now for the Tracers. It's the captain himself, Shubham Ranjane, into the attack. And he'll be bowling to Nitish Kumar. Here comes Shubham. A single to start off his spell. But again, as we are talking about this facility here, the Kingsman Cricket Arena, again, a beautiful facility, and we are seeing a lot of development happening around here, and especially in this arena. So in the coming years, we'll have a lot of seating capacity, and the crowd support has always been great over the years. And it's just going to increase as we go in the coming years. And that'll be brilliant for the game of cricket over here and throughout the nation as it keeps growing and making its way through the American citizens over here. We also do have a field adjacent to the Kingsman Arena. It's called the Balkis Field on the other side. That's another good facility, a good field. We have matches over there. What a shot. Absolutely class. Nitish Kumar there. Shubham Ranjane. Little uppish. And Nitish Kumar punishing it down for a boundary. That's his first boundary of the game. Shubham doesn't look happy with that. Seems like the fielder wasn't ready. was easily takeable at the time, it seems like, from the actions of the bowler. But nonetheless, it's a good boundary. They're trying to stay on track with that run rate, the Lone Star Athletics so far. And we know this is the last 3 balls of the power play. Some on the offside, cover down there, straight to the fielder. So another dot ball there. There's a lot of discussion going on with Shubham and his fielder down there about that previous delivery, which he's not happy that went for a boundary. But that's good to see, the captain making sure this team are up to standards. They don't give out easy runs throughout this game, because 2 runs, 1 runs definitely makes a difference, as we saw yesterday. Losing by just 4 runs, and every effort in your fielding counts as as the game goes on. Follow this time and flicked off on the leg side. They're running the first one hard, but they're happy with the single. Nidish Kumar moves on to 10 runs. Meanwhile, Hinge, the youngster, currently on 8. Scored a handsome boundary the previous over. And maybe he's looking to finish strong now. It's the last over of the power play. Last ball of the power play, beg your pardon. Oh, that was a quickie. Brilliant delivery to finish off that over and the power play. So after the end of 6 overs, the Lone Star Athletics are 37 for 1. Aryan Tumala will continue his spell. This is the second over. So run a ball so far, the run rate for the Lone Star Athletics. Maybe they're 10-12 runs short so far, based on how the pitch has been. But they'll definitely be targeting that 160 mark, like yesterday, how the Tracers had put on the board. That's definitely a par score here on this pitch. Mala shot at this time. Call is for good fielding down there in the deep. Quick release and throw, making the batters think if they should go for the second. But that throw and fielding was really on spot on. Just restricted them to just a single. So you can see, 5 fielders outside the circle. Deep point, long off and a long on, along with the deep mid wicket on cow corner region. There's Hinge, going on that back foot. Still trying to take his mark, after that boundary. He got back to struggling to score runs now. He's 8 of 15. I wonder what must be going in his mind. How would he take the approach now? Fuller, that's up in the air for some time, but there was no fielder in that. It went between the 2 fielders, so just a single. It's up in the air. Nidish Kumar, the fielder, almost ran through it. Was not able to reach there on time. A little lifeline there from Nidish Kumar. He tried to go for the big one. There was a outside edge, but Luckily for him, no fielder was around that ball to catch it. Again, both the batters now playing on the back foot, as seen so far with Tumala. That means he's been so far good on his line and length. It's 4 runs of the 5 balls. And that's always a great over in a T20 game. He is conceding 4 to 5 runs per over. Pushing them on the back foot. And Nish Kumar this time trying to go big. But again, that speed of the ball, he was not able to connect it. And brings us to the end of the 7 over mark. It's 42 for 1. But again, as we were mentioning, the sponsors, they have been so kind, and without them it wouldn't have been possible to conduct such a big tournament of this big stature throughout this nation. Some of the few more sponsors we would like to thank are Nitya Capital, Lakshmi, Savant Energy, AIO Oil, Texas Auto Trim, and Yogi Solar. We do have a few more sponsors. We'll go through them pretty soon. But again, thank you so much for all the sponsors here for conducting and helping us, the teams especially, be here in the minor league cricket. Meanwhile, Shubham will continue his second over. Straight down the ground for Nitish Kumar for a single. Surit Hinge, is a domestic under 21 player. Big future lies ahead of him. Shreyan Satish is another under 21 player, so the amount of youngsters we have in both teams so far has been good. Aryan Tumala, he was bowling the previous over. He bowled 2 overs so far. He's another under 21 player. He plays for the Tracers in this game. Oh, that's too late from Hinge. But good coverage down there, so another single to him. But as we saw, under 21 players, under 19 players, all getting into minor cricket league and slowly building that. Some of the youngsters we can go with Lone Star Athletics in this game are Shreyan Satish, Jarin Nadkarni, Anav Patel, and Rith Hinge, who's currently out there on the field. Absolutely crucial for them. Kepler dot ball. Meanwhile, for the Tracers, we have some youngsters which include Aryan Tumala, who we saw him bowl, Ansh Bhoje, Arshil Rajendra. Those are the 3-4 exciting youngsters for the Tracers. Good looking drive to the offside. Just a single though. Brings the third man into the picture now, Shubham. Oh, that's a short delivery bouncer there. Very well bowled. Seems like Hinge was not expecting that. Surprised him for a bit. Slow one this time from Ranjane. Brilliant change of pace and variation into the spell. Just 3 runs off this 8 over. The Lone Star Athletics are 45 for 1. So as we were talking about the youngsters, for both the teams, one of the names I mentioned was Arshil Rajendra, who's another under 21 players playing for the MetroPlex Tracers, and he's the man on screen you can see right now coming into the attack for them. Again, he's a good spin option for the Tracers. Like a right arm off spinner, Rajendra. 2 more overs to go until the halfway mark of this first innings. Both teams will be happy so far, I believe. Although the Tracers have picked up just 1 wicket, they'll be happy with how the run rate is going so far for them. It's under control, under 6 runs per over. Meanwhile, the Lone Star Athletics will be looking to get going after a certain amount of time, considering they have a lot of wickets left in their bag. It'll be interesting to see, out of these 2 batters out there, who would be the one taking the charge. Knowing Hinge and Nitish Kumar, he might be there for some time, but Hinge might be given that, the handbrake to go for it if he has the opportunity. Oh, as a quicker one through the air from Rajendra. Very well bowled. Hinge again, you can see the struggle so far. 22 deliveries for his 11. A lot of things going through his head now at the moment. Well, ball able to connect, but straight to the fielder. It's 3 dot balls. 2 more to go of this over. Good start so far from Rajendra. Again, a brilliant over so far. Hinge literally on the back foot now. He might have to go for it. If not now, then pretty soon. Again, a tidy over to start off with Rajendra. And that brings us to the end of the 9th over. Lone Star Athletics are 46 for 1. So new bowler in now for the MetroPlex Tracers. It will be Akhilesh Sudhakar coming into the attack. Youngster Fuller down the length. Akhilesh Sudhakar, tall lanky fellow. Another youngster now for the MetroPlex Tracers coming into this game. He's the change. He didn't play yesterday against the same team. He'll be here to showing his showcase for the team. Full toss this time, loose delivery, but he couldn't connect it properly then Nitish Kumar. It was a juicy full toss for them to take. Sudhakar will be happy, it will just be a single. pulling his length back this time, Sudhakar. Rightly so, on a single to Hinge. So, a good game to prove Sudhakar to himself and the team. His value, as they grow and they groom in the next coming months before being ready for the next league. They'll have 7-8 months to do the think tank about how the players will be developed. A brilliant ball. It's a brilliant. You can see his follow up there, Sudhakar. It's a good follow up, after he bowls that delivery. Perfect for a fast bowler. Making sure he goes through that follow up perfectly. Avoids any injuries, as you go through. Looking drive. Oh, there's some misfield there. Not something the tracers would want. Just a single now. 3 runs of the over. Just 49 now. So far. It's the last ball of the 10th over. Fuller down the off, and that'll be a wide as signaled by our umpire. Just the second wide of the innings so far. With that wide, it brings up the 50 runs for the Lone Star Athletics. Took a while, but they're eventually there, and they're hoping to accelerate now from this point on. So we have halfway through the innings. Fuller on the offside and the dot ball to finish off the 10th over. After the end of 10, the Lone Star Athletics are 50 for 1 and will be back after a short drinks break. So we are halfway through the first innings. The scenario earlier was the Lone Star Athletics had won the toss and they had decided to bat first this time. Winning the toss 2 days in a row, this time deciding to bat first. And they scored 50 runs on their very first 10 overs. They lost a wicket of Shreyan Satish, who was looking good. But meanwhile, we have the two batters out there. The youngster Hinge batting on 12 runs, while Nitish Kumar is out there as well on 18. And the MetroPlex Tracers, they'll be happy with so far how the innings has gone so far. And I would like to thank our sponsors, our remaining sponsors, for the Lone Star Athletics, who has helped them, conduct this league throughout the season very well. Some of them include the Apex Realtors, Emeralds, Fondren Orthopedic Group, Sri Balaji Design Construction and Remodeling, Mehak Indian Restaurant, and the Monks Restaurant. So here we go. This is the second half of our first innings. It will be Rajendra will continue. Nitish Kumar on strike. They run the quick one, first one out, and they're coming back for the second. He needs a really good throw, and he was not able to get it on time there. So a couple of runs to start off this 11th over. Nitish Kumar. Here is Harshal. Oh, that's down the ground, Nitish Kumar, and he's taking the charge now after this break. 4 runs. Good looking drive over the top between the two fielders down there in the deep. And we can see some acceleration now coming in for Nitish Kumar and the Lone Star Athletics. I think that is what was communicated, during the break from the coaches and the team members, especially the captain. And so far Nitish Kumar is making the best use of it and executing it brilliantly, attacking the youngster Rajendra. Fuller this time, and well played down the ground for a single. It's a good start, and hopefully Hinge builds on this over now with how Nitish Kumar has started. He has been struggling out there, Hinge. He's faced 27 deliveries and just scored 12 runs. But he just needs 4 or 5 deliveries, and that could change his outcome and his confidence as he gets back in the game. But again, going on the back foot now, a dot ball. So that's the approach Hinge will be looking into. Oh, he tried to go for it, and the finger goes up. Hinge has been struggling throughout the game. This time he's trying to go for the sweep shot, but Rajendra gets the best of it, and the Lone Star Athletics have lost their second wicket, and it's their other opener, Hinge, who comes back to the pavilion after scoring just 12 runs. Lone Star Athletics at 57 for 2. That was a crucial breakthrough for the MetroPlex Tracers. With the way how this over started, Nitish Kumar 2 runs, a boundary and a single, 7 runs of the first 3 balls. Rajendra coming back into the game, picking up that wicket of Hinge and pulling the strings back into the Tracers' favour. But we still have one more ball to go. It brings in the captain, the Lone Star Athletics captain, Siddesh Pathare, beg your pardon, into the crease. And he'll have just that one ball to go and face it. Captain definitely knows his role now. He knows what's needed at the moment. He'll definitely make the best use of his ability and skill to take his team to a good score. Oh, we completely missed out on that. But a good comeback from Rajendra in this over. So after the end of 11, Lone Star Athletics are 57 for 2. So Sudhakar now. He will continue. He's onto his second over. Just 4 runs of his first. Here comes Aryan. Using that dagger straight to the fielder. He needed a direct throw. The captain would have gone there. But that, no backing up. They'll steal another. So 2 runs off that one. This was a great opportunity. He needed a direct hit, but it was way off the stumps. So 2 runs there for Nitish Kumar. It seems like it was Geet Polisetti in that region. Down the ground, good looking drive from Nitish Kumar, just a single. As it was Geet Polisetti, a domestic player for the MetroPlex Racers, giving that extra run. But he tried to attack the batter, take on that run out. So here comes, as I can see, Keith from the box. He comes back into the third man region. And he has a deep fine leg as well. An interesting field setup now for Sudhakar. Well watched till the end from the captain, Siddesh. But yes, we're talking about, interesting field setup. He has the fielders straight up, mid-off and mid-on inside the circle. So he wouldn't expect, and he shouldn't be bowling a fuller delivery and invite the batter to go straight down in the covers or down the ground. There'll be easy boundaries. So let's see, he must be hitting the deck hard. Oh, he goes fuller this time, but straight to the fielder. Siddesh won't be happy with that shot. He tried to clear it over the top, but couldn't connect it. He finds the fielder, and Arvind Sudhakar, he picks up his first wicket. Siddesh Patare comes back without scoring, and the MetroPlex Racers are building on this game. They pick up the third wicket now. $60 for 3. Lone Star Athletics. Siddesh Patare coming back without scoring. And it's sounding trouble now in this final game of the season for them this year. They're looking to finish strong, but there's still a long way to go, They have 8 overs to go after this, and definitely they're coming out to bowl. Seems like it's Sushant Modani who comes out into the crease for the Lone Star Athletics. Sudhakar, again showing his immense potential he has. This youngster for the Tracers. Although he doesn't have much of a speed, but his line and length, knowing how to bowl according to the field, he has showcased that brilliantly so far. Fuller again, this time up in the air, this time on the cover, but the fielder still not running and just reaches that boundary. Sushan Modani, very first ball, gets off the mark with a good-looking drive for 4 runs. It looked like it was in the air, but this time it was between the two fielders down there in the covers region. But since he had no protection down there in the deep, there will be 4 runs to Sushan Modani and the LSA. And that shot prompts a change in field, Short third comes inside the circle. A deep cover in place. Fuller again this time, same shot. But this time it's in the point region, just a single. That was a good throw from the captain Shubham. Nonetheless, that brings us to the end of the 12th over. Lone Star Athletics are 65 for 3. And as we go through our sponsors again, Krypton Solutions, Modular Equipment, Adara Communities, and the Medical Care Center of Texas. Again, they have been immense, as we have thanked them throughout this game, and as we do, because they have been with us for years, and they are helping the cause of spreading this great initiative of playing cricket throughout Texas and throughout the United States. And having that widespread reach is something that would make this game go global, starting off over here in Texas. Harshil Rajendra continue his third over in a row. 8 runs and a wicket off his spell. Pretty tidy for a T20 bowler. Brilliant, that's up in the air almost, Rajendra. It's a chance there was a footer though on this side that would have been on his hands. But good bowling so far. Meanwhile, for the LSA perspective, it'll be crucial. Nitish Kumar stays there till the end. He's batting on 28 runs, 23 balls. He's made himself comfortable out there. So he's understood the pitch. And, as we know his experience, he can make it to full use. Oh, brilliant delivery and a brilliant take there from Rajendra. Straight to him. But as we're talking about Nitish Kumar, still 7 overs after this. He can target certain bowlers which he feels is comfortable and bowls those looseners. But so far, the way the Tracers have been bowling so far, they haven't made a mistake. They have been very consistent with their line and length. There were a couple loose deliveries in the power play, but after that, as the wickets started to tumble, they have stayed there in the game. Made sure the Lone Star Athletics do not run away with the run rate. And as you can see on the screen, 5.28 is the current run rate. Down the track comes Nitish Kumar. Absolute gorgeous shot, and that's, oh my god, this has been absolute stunner. I think that must be out. This has to be one of the catches of the tournament. That's some juggling work down there. I feel we need some highlights on that. But as far as I'm concerned, I had a clear view from here. The fielder was absolutely spot on. As soon as he caught it. And Nitish Kumar, that was a handsome shot. It looked like it was traveling for a 6. But that was an absolute stunner. This has to be one of the contenders for the match of the tournament, match of the season so far. Catch, beg your pardon, I'm sorry. Catch of the season so far. And we're sorry we're having technical difficulties to have the highlights on screen for you. But this has been deemed as a catch. Nitish Kumar comes back into the pavilion after scoring 28 runs, 25 balls. LSA has lost their 4th wicket. And that is due to, there was no issues with the shot there, Nitish Kumar, but it was followed up with an absolute brilliant work down there in the deep. 6 for 4 now, LSA. Rajendra picks up his second wicket. 9 runs, 2 wickets. Again, although Nitish Kumar won't be happy with himself, but I believe it was not his fault. There was a perfect looking shot. In any circumstances, that would have gone over the fence for 6. But having that protection and the work done there by the fielder in the long off region was outstanding. Meanwhile, Kamran Sheikh is the new batter out there now for the Lone Star Athletics. Comes in at number 6 for them. Three more balls remaining for the over. Using a dag, and that's off the mark. Straight away goes Kamran. So we have seen absolute catches so far throughout the season in the past month or so. And as we reflect on the highlights at the end of the season, this one is definitely going to be there. Top 3, if not the top 1. Oh, good looking reverse sweep there from Sushant Modani. And that should bring us to the end of the 13th over. The Lone Star Athletics are 68 for 4. So 68 for 4. It's the man himself. The man who took that stunner the previous over. Nosh Kenjige. Yes, he was the fielder down there in the long off region who took out that brilliant catch to take Nitish Kumar out of the game. He comes into the attack now. He's into his third over. He's bowled 2 in the power play early up. And now he's back to finish off his spell. And he'll have 2 new batters, Sushant Modani and Kamran Sheikh, into his name. There is 69 for 4 now. Very well bowled. That's the length and line he'll be bowling, not giving the batters enough room, not helping them clear that front leg out of the way. There you go. Simple and elegant, as a left-arm bowler should be. Keeping the batters on the back foot. So that's what his plan would be. To his new batter in Kamran. Again, similar delivery. Brilliant bowling from Nosh. It's a little bit on the leg side and sweeps well for 4. 4 runs for Kamran Sheikh. Kenjige won't be happy with that. He bowled brilliantly the last 3 balls. He was looking to bowl a similar one, but this time a little fuller on the leg side. And perfectly timed sweep there from Kamran Sheikh. 4 runs to his name. Down the leg side, and that'll be a wide. Now let's say we'll have to slowly catch up on that run rate as we come to a close to this first innings. Very elbow to finish off that over. After the end of 14 overs, the Lone Star Athletics are 74 for 4. So Arshil Rajendra will be here to finish off his 4 overs. He has been absolutely magical in this innings. 2 wickets, 11 runs. Meanwhile, as we are talking about being magical, the very first ball from Sushant Modani, the commentator's curse comes into the picture. That's a 4 runs to start off this over. Sushant Modani, brilliant shot to start off this one. That was some good attempt in the deep there for Matthew Trump, but it seemed like it crossed the line. So 4 runs. Reverse sweep this time from Modani, and he's playing the field brilliantly so far. Good stop and a couple of runs to his name now. So now you can see that urgency now in scoring runs, as you know, it's only 5-6 overs to go, and they know they won't be happy with the score so far on the board right now. Hopefully they can reach 140-150 mark, and that would definitely be a great target to come out and defend to on this pitch. So Rajendra, over the top goes this time Modani again. Just as actually they are coming back, taking on the fielder. He needed a good throw there, and that's good batting now. This has been a good over. This is something what the Lone Star Athletics has been missing throughout the whole game. You know, that intent. There's 3 balls, and Sushant Modani is delivering it at the moment now. Already 8 runs of the first 3 balls. He's moved on to 16 of just 8 deliveries. Perfect strike rate, 200 in a game. And on the track this time. This has definitely gone over. And that's the first one, the first biggie of the match. And it comes from Sushant Modani's bat. And Rajendra, as we were talking about, he was brilliant in his first 3 overs. And now he's been hammered all over the field now, especially from the man on screen, Sushant Modani. 6 runs now. And that run rate has crossed, or actually it's at 6 runs now per over. And Sushant Modani is taking on the bowler. Pushed it back this time, smartly played for a single. Good thinking and good strategy now from Modani. He knew the runs have came enough for this over. Targeted the right bowler, and it worked out in his favor and in the team's favor. 15 runs of the over with 1 more to go. Soft hands lately played. So with that single, it's 16 of the 15th over. Lone Star Athletics are 90 for 4. And again, a shout out to all the sponsors, Lone Star Athletics. Some of them include Nitya Capital, Lakshmi, Savant Energy, AIO Oil, Texas Auto Trim, and Yogi Solar. So 5 more overs to go. 90 for 4. Good chance. They're definitely targeting the 150-160 mark now, especially with the way Sushant Modani played that previous over. But he should be careful now. This is Norsh Kenjige's last over. And we know Norsh bowls brilliantly. Hardly any loose deliveries. But to Norsh, advantage. He has Kamran Sheikh on strike. Soft hands Kamran. Kamran rightly doing so. Giving the strike to the man in form at the moment, Sushant Modani. Let's see how Kenjige attempts to bowl him. Fuller down the ground. Again, Kenjige is very consistent with his line. Although he won't be happy, he hasn't picked up a wicket so far in this innings. Every bowler loves picking up a wicket in however spells they bowl. So he still has 5 more balls to go. Pulling his length back there, but again, soft hands there from Kamran. Just giving the strike to Sushant. Here comes Kenjige. Well bowled. That's the line, We saw that in his previous over. He bowled those 3 deliveries back-to-back dot balls. Even though this time he picked up a quick single. Tidy over as long as there are no boundaries involved. The Tracers will be happy with that. Down the track comes Kamran Sheikh. Another big one. And the runs are coming thick and fast. This time the last 2 overs. That 6 brings up the 100 up for the Lone Star Athletics. In the 16th over. And Kamran Sheikh taking on Noshtush Kenjige. And he's joining the party now with Modani as well. They have understand the need of the hour is boundaries. And they are successfully doing it, especially against the spinners. Soft hands again this time to take a single. That brings us to the end of 16 overs. The Lone Star Athletics 102 for 4. And Noshtush Kenjige, in his 4-over spell, he's gone 30 runs and no wickets. We'll be back in a few. So 16 overs gone. The Lone Star Athletics 102 for 4. Shubham Ranjane, the captain. So it seems like he's going to finish off his 2 overs from one end. Just considered 10 runs. And he knows, the batters out there, Kamran and Modani, they're looking to attack. So any loose deliveries, they're definitely going big. So he needs to be consistent with his line and length and play with the batters. As we saw, Shubham Ranjane, he's good at varying his pace, so that will be crucial as we come to the business end of this innings. Starts off with a wide on the offside. But that is something they wouldn't want now. Extra runs. Giving that advantage to the batter as the over begins. Shuffling across, Kamran Sheikh goes on the onside, but straight to the fielder down there. So a single. They know 6 wickets, only 4 wickets down. So they're trusting the batters who will come after next. And rightly so, it's only 4 overs to go. These two are the most recognized batters. Sushant trying something cheeky over there. But Shubham Ranjane read that situation very well. And he bowled it on that offside. I was not able to connect Modani. So a great competition now between the bowler and the batter. Shubham Ranjane changing his length at the very last moment, and it worked in his favour. Down the track, Modani, fuller this time, so just a single. Fuller on the offside, that's the plan so far, seems like, from Shubham. A little loose in the slot or a short ball will definitely be punished at this stage of the game. And that is something the MetroPlex Tracers wouldn't want to do, considering how good they have been in the first innings. The first half of the innings. So that drive, they're coming back for a second. He needs a good throw, but not great enough. So a couple of runs. So no healthy runs coming now, the last 3-4 overs. And that's good for the Lone Star Athletics perspective as they slowly, close down this innings. A full toss, a loosener from the captain Ranjane. But great coverage down there in the D. Was able to stop that, just keeping them to just a single run. A rare loosener we have seen so far in this game so far from Shubham. Kamran Sheikh is disappointed, as you can see on the screen. He went for it, but he was not able to time that very well. So they just settled down for a single. So last ball. Another full toss. This time has been well punished on the offside. This should reach for a boundary. Not a good finish to the over for the captain. But happy is Sushant Modani after the end of 17 overs. The Lone Star Athletics are 112 for 4. So Shubham Ranjane from one end, and it'll be Matthew Trump who will be coming to finish off his spell from the other. It's 2 overs, 1 for 11. And a good bowler to begin your innings, and seems like he's a great bowler to finish off your innings as well. And he'll be bowling to the 2 dangerous batters for the Lone Star Athletics, Kamran Sheikh, Sushant Modani, who are looking in absolute gorgeous flow at the moment, especially in the last 3-4 overs. After being on the back foot majority of the game. And they have brought the LSA back into the game with this good looking shots throughout the ground. Kamran Sheikh is hitting the loose balls once he's batting, but majority his plan is to take a single, bring Modani on strike, whose innings has been an absolute joy to watch so far. 30 runs of just 15 balls. He has all the shots in his book. Here you see shuffling back, full toss, turning it into full toss, but straight to the fielder. Again, you can see, before the ball was delivered from Matthew Trump, Sushant Modani changed his stance, went back in the crease. Matthew Trump was thinking to go for the Yorker, but he couldn't. Turned into a full toss. But to his favor, he just got a single run. Oh, that's a good Yorker, but tried to swing that. Looked like a famous, well-known helicopter shot. Kamran Sheikh, just a single on the onside. Trumpy, the keeper, you can see number 11. That's Joshua Trump, brother of the bowler, Matthew Trump. That's in the slot, but not able to connect on time, but just a single down the ground. So 4 singles of 4 deliveries. Tidy in this sense of the game, The third last over of this innings. Just 4 runs. That's a slower one this time. Good change of pace from Matthew. Again, he's evolved into a brilliant bowler. One more ball. He would like a dot ball or a single to finish this over strong. Down the track comes Kamran. Very tight, but the umpire signals it as a wide. What's the right call? Seems like from the umpire. Right around that line, the wide line. Shoveling across the off and completely missing out this time. You see he's disappointed with that ball not bouncing much. But that brings us to the end of the 18th. The LSA of 117 for 4. And a few more of our sponsors as we come to a close of this first innings. We would like to thank our Apex Realtors, Commercial and Residential, M Roads, Fondren Orthopedic Group, Sri Balaji Design Construction and Remodeling, Mehak Indian Restaurant, and the Monks in the Chinese restaurant out here in Texas. Again, thank you so much to our lovely sponsors who have been with us and the Lone Star Athletics throughout the years, and they continue to do so and helping us achieve greatness as the year progresses and the team grows. So 2 more overs to go. LSA will be targeting at least 30 runs in this last 2. And they have the right batters down there in the middle. And as you can see, absolutely brilliant thinking from Sushant Modani. Shuffling across and scooping it over down there in the final leg region for 4 runs. And the 30-run mark looks like very low if Sushant Modani keeps going on like this for the last 11 deliveries. There's 121 already. 150 is definitely on the cards as long as these two batters are down there till the end. On the offside this time, staying on his line. The batters, you can see, talking with the umpire in regards to if that was a wide or no. They felt there was a good chance of being a wide. But as the umpire speaks, it's a dot ball. Meanwhile, Shubham will be looking to make a breakthrough, get a wicket. Oh, that's down there. Very, very late on that shot was Sushant. And he played it brilliantly. 4 runs more down there. Shubham Ranjane, I don't think he did anything wrong, but Sushant Modani playing the field brilliantly, very late on that. Keeper was even surprised how he was able to get onto it. He moves on to 40 runs now. And this has been an absolutely brilliant innings so far from Sushant Modani. Coming at a moment where the LSA was struggling really bad. The run rate was under 6. And now he has changed the fortune, as we come down to a close of this first innings. So in the slot this time, on the offside, the fielder converging into it and was able to hold on to it. And a good catch at the very end. Shubham Ranjane gets up that wicket. And the dangerous Sushant Modani. He has been absolute stunning in this innings. He has to come back after scoring 40 runs, just 21 deliveries. That's a brilliant strike rate of almost 200. And, making sure the LSA put up a competitive score here in the first innings. They've already reached a good one, 125. We have still 8 balls to go. At a moment we were thinking 120 might be the score, 130. But after this brilliant innings from Sushant Modani, it has pushed them back to scoring more than that. But nonetheless, well-played innings from Modani comes to an end. Shubham Ranjane picks up a wicket to his name. LSA are 125 for 5. So 125 for 5. New batter in is Imran Khan Jr. He's the change we were talking about earlier. He didn't play the game yesterday. He comes into the squad for the LSA in today's game. And he has a task at hand. Get those quick boundaries. Hit long if you can. And that must be his role, as we only have 8 deliveries to go. Try to reach for it. It was on the offside. He gets off the mark for a single. Or maybe his goal might be to bring Kamran Sheikh or keep him on strike. He's the most recognized batter now. And he's been there out for a good amount of time. He's understood the pitch. And he has hit a few good looking shots so far in his innings. So if it's not Sushant, it will be Kamran who will be looking to finish strong for his team. So he'll take a single and keep the strike for the last over. Lone Star Athletics after 19 are 127 for 5. So here we go, the last over of the first innings coming up, and it'll be Matthew Trump to finish it off. Kamran Sheikh immediately going for the big one of the very first ball, but just a single down the ground. So 128 for 5. 2 big hits will take them to 140 and above, which would definitely be a good target if they come out to once they come out to bowl. Then you have this amazing talent on the other hand, Matthew Trump, who you would want to go for it. Oh, that's been slashed hard on the offside, but it'll just be a single. So Matthew Trump, has been perfect with his bowling according to his field so far. We see a couple of full tosses in his previous over, but that was still not able to get punished for 4. But he's looking to finish strong now. Just 18 runs of his 3.2. It's Fuller, that's down the ground, goes Kamran Sheikh. And that's all the way for 6. That's the first big one, as we were talking about, to go past 140. Kamran Sheikh is the one who hits that big one to Matthew Trump. That was right in the slot, and Kamran Sheikh, rightfully so, punishing it down the ground for a big one. So we already have one biggie. Not to get too carried away with emotion. If he hits 3 more biggies, they're going par that 150 mark. But nonetheless, let's see what Kamran has in store. Down the track, very well bowled from Matthew, but that actually passes the fielder. They will take a couple of runs. Fuller on the offside. Difficult to hit at times, but well played at the end from Kamran Sheikh. Again, this has been a great cameo as well. Sushant Modani was the orchestrator out there in the middle, but Kamran Sheikh, rightfully so, has played a good cameo, making sure the LSA score as much runs as possible in this final few overs, and he's doing it so successfully. Call is for a couple. No, it'll just be a single. Imran Khan Jr. will be facing the last delivery of this innings. Kamran Sheikh, 30 runs, 23 balls. A healthy cameo needed. The sense of how the innings was going early on for the Lone Star Athletics. So expect a similar ball from Matthew Trump, considering he has the same field on that offside. So Fuller on the offside will be the ball he'll be looking to bowl. And he gets it. A wicket to his name to finish off this innings. Imran Khan Jr. played on over there. It was Fuller on the off, but that inside edge onto the stumps goes the bails flying. And that brings us to the end of our first innings. The Lone Star Athletics, playing the 20 overs, post a score of 138 runs and losing the 6th wicket. So 138 for 6 in that 20. The MetroPlex Tracers will be happy with that. Once they come out to bat, they'll be chasing 139 runs. Good score to chase on this track. But the Lone Star Athletics have a lot on their plate once they come out to bowl and plan it consecutively. So we'll be back pretty soon, in about 15 minutes. The Lone Star Athletics, after winning the toss, coming out to bat, scoring 138 for 6. Pick up the batters was, of course, Sushant Modani and Kamran Sheikh. Great cameo at the end. Pick up the bowlers for the Tracers was Matthew Trump, 2 wickets. And of course it was Rajendra who picked up a couple. So we'll be back for a second innings pretty soon. Don't go anywhere. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back from the Kingsmen Cricket Arena. We are almost ready for a second innings. The summary so far of the match was the Lone Star Athletics had early on won the toss and decided to bat first. And in their 20 overs, they posted a score of 138 runs, losing 6 wickets in the toss. And the MetroPlex Tracers, meanwhile, they'll have 139 runs to win. As we see them coming out to bat at the moment, the two batters taking the on-field for the Tracers, and they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row. They won the game yesterday. They're looking to finish strong again, finish the season and the year strong. Meanwhile, the Lone Star Athletics, they have a task at hand, 139, 10-12 runs short of the pass score on this pitch. But considering the amount of experience and the bowling they have, they'll be looking to peg the MetroPlex Tracers back and get hold of this game. And hopefully they can finish up a win. It's Aryan Tumala and Ansh Bhoje, the two batters out there for the MetroPlex Tracers. Opening up, Ansh Bhoje is an under-19 player. Meanwhile, Aryan Tumala, under-21. So two youngsters opening up. So here we go. Start of the second innings. Brilliant start so far now. It's the left-arm quickie, Imran Khan Jr., who was brought into this game. He didn't play yesterday. He's bowling the first over for the Lone Star Athletics. He's bowling against the two youngsters who's out there. Big task at hand. The two youngsters coming off playing in the power play for the Tracers. 139 to win again. Doable score, 7 runs per over. But it all depends how this power play starts here. There you could see Aryan Tumala going against the bowler. Couple of steps down the ground, going for the big one. But he would need to connect, get a hold of how the ball is behaving on the pitch so far. Imran Khan, good looking drive through the covers. That's an absolute beauty to the eye. 4 runs between those two fielders. No chance of stopping that. First runs on the board for the MetroPlex Tracers, and comes off of Aryan Tumala's bat. It was really pleasing to the eye. I'll have to think about bowl and the field they're bowling. Right now there is some light showers at the moment. Let's see what the umpires think about it. If it's not visible on the screen, yes, we do have light showers falling right now in the ground. But hopefully that doesn't cause any hindrance as the innings progresses. Here comes Imran Khan. Slow end delivery this time. A single brings Ansh Bhoje on strike for the first time. As you can see, the captain Siddesh Pathare is doing the wicket keeping duties for this game today. The rain slowly getting harder now. The umpire's having a discussion now. What to do? We might have the covers on soon because it's getting harder now. Suddenly a small cloud cover coming and the rain started. And here we are. The call is on for the covers coming on. Not a good sign during a game, but hopefully this is short term, and hopefully we are able to start the game pretty soon once this rain cloud cover goes away. Just 4 balls bowled and 5 runs on the board for the Tracers. But as you can see, players from both the teams making that effort, bringing the covers on. Great to see, having that camaraderie between the two teams, even though they are opponents on the field tonight. So here comes the covers. In a few moments, you'll see how the two team players are working together on doing this. Even though the outcome for them this season hasn't gone in their favor either way. But nonetheless, they're looking to take the learnings and hopefully build on this in the coming season. There's some miscommunication and discussion going on between the umpires. But as you can see on the field, the covers are right there. And now it started pouring now really hard, so they'll have to bring it on. Here we go. The stumps are off. 3, 2, 1, and there you go. There are the covers coming on. Great teamwork here from both the players, the teams from both the players. We're hoping it's not a big hindrance. It started to pour a lot now, but hopefully give us a few more minutes. We'll be back soon. Don't go anywhere, guys, because there is some clear skies as this, the cloud cover goes of this rain. So the MetroPlex Racers are 5 for no loss, just 4 balls bowled in the second innings. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in some time, 10 to 15 minutes. All right, welcome back. That didn't take so long, just 2-3 minutes we lost. So hopefully that shouldn't affect our overs as we go through. As you can see, just a short interruption of rain, but we are back. As you can see, the sun is out, it's shining bright. The Lone Star Athletics have taken the field, and the MetroPlex Traces batters will be coming out soon. Anish Bhoje and Aryan Tumala. Just 4 balls bowled of this second innings of the run chase. 5 runs already scored. As we know, they're targeting 139 of the 20 overs. And we do have the umpires walking out now. So good news, everyone. We are back and we'll be rolling soon. Definitely won't be any change in the equation. It'll still be 134 needed of the remaining 19.2 overs. Again, a round of applause to players from both the teams coming out together, taking the covers on when needed. And, it's always a team effort in anything you do. It won't be possible with all the players, all the owners, all the staff members, of everyone involved in this great organization for both the teams. And of course, our extremely talented umpires, as you can see down on the screen at the moment. So a couple of more minutes and we'll get started soon. So here we go, Imran Khan Jr. 2 more balls to finish off this first over of the second innings. He'll be bowling to Anish Bhoje, who's yet to face a ball. And the first 4 balls were played by Aryan Tumala. Here's Anish Bhoje on screen at the moment. Exciting left-handed youngster. A lot to learn and a lot to grow from as he develops into a great player coming up. So here we go. We are back and rolling. Here comes Imran Khan Jr. Well left. Well saw it till the end. So they'll be taking their time slowly, understand the situation. Not a big score they're targeting, so they can target the bowlers, make sure how many runs they can get of the power play. Very well, that was beauty from Imran Khan. The outswing was absolute stunner. There's a hint of an appeal. Discussing with the umpire. But that brings us to the end of the first over. The MetroPlex Traces are 5-0 loss. So the new bowler in, bowling from the Pearland end for the Lone Star Athletics will be Aryan Nadkarni. The youngsters has played almost every game for the Lone Star Athletics this season, and he has been tremendous to watch. He has good days, bad days, and hopefully he'll be looking to have the former one today. Bring his team into the game, get some wickets. Just checking his run-up at that moment. Probably misjudged it this time. Nonetheless, here comes Zarin. Well bowled. Good start. This over. There's a third man, a cow corner in place for him. The two fielders outside the circle. Aryan Tumala being watchful, playing the correct deliveries. If he has an opportunity to go on a bad delivery and he's going for it. He comes down the track this time, that's straight down. That fielder was inside the circle. That might be stop, and it does before it reaches the fence, so it'll be a couple of runs to Tumala. And I feel like that short rain showers we had, that would have made the field a little damp. That would help the Lone Star Athletics favor at the moment, but again, they wouldn't want that. All they want is, keep taking wickets at regular intervals, and just don't let the match or the innings go away from their hand. And just not create partnerships when the batters are out there. So that's something crucial the Lone Star Athletics will be looking at. There's Nadkarni, flicked off for there was some hesitation. Just a single for Tumala. It seems like Tumala wanted a couple of runs. Ansh Bhoje, he didn't look confident in coming back for the second. So a little miscommunication affected that. Here you can see now the two youngsters having a word, making sure they make the right calls, not give away easy wickets, as they want to finish strong, in this satisfactory season they've had so far, and hopefully build on this for the coming year. See Ansh facing Nadkarni for the very first time in this innings. It'll be interesting if the two youngsters are very calculative on their approach, because as we have seen, in other matches, how the experienced players, they take calculated risk, make sure how much is required and which bowlers to target. It'll be interesting to see how the approach for these two youngsters, for the Tracers, would be as the innings progresses. They wouldn't want the required run rate to creep up slowly. As long as they're getting consistent runs throughout the overs, the rest of the batters, when they come out to bat, they'll be able to achieve that once there. So 2 more deliveries to go. Nadkarni, that's a good looking drive, but that's straight to the fielder down there. It seems like he's hold on to it. The umpires are going to have a discussion, but nonetheless it seems like Ansh Bhoje is walking back to the pavilion, and it's been deemed down as the first wicket. Yes, it is. Brilliant take down there in the mid-off region. Lone Star Athletics have made the breakthrough. It's Ansh Bhoje back to the pavilion without scoring a run. The MetroPlex Tracers are 8 for 1 early off in the second over. A dream start here for the Lone Star Athletics. Aaron Nadkarni has done the breakthrough, picked up the first wicket of this innings. MetroPlex Tracers now losing their first, and they're already on the back foot early up. Aaron Nadkarni seems like he's going to have those good days as we were talking about earlier. Made the breakthrough, brings out the new batter in for the Tracers. It will be Joshua Tromp. We saw him keeping early up in their innings when they were out there fielding. So the wicket keeper Trompy, as you can see, Joshua Tromp comes out to the crease. He has one more ball to go to face Nadkarni in this over. While Nadkarni brings a slip in place for him. So we Nadkarni to Joshua Tromp. A slip in place for him. Oh, good looking drive straight to the fielder though. So great over for the Lone Star Athletics. After the end of 2 overs, the Tracers are 8 for 1. Imran Khan Jr. will continue his spell from the Messi wrench end. Aryan Tumala on strike. Be looking to bring the ball into the right-hander. It does it in a way, but Aryan Tumala, good looking drive straight to the fielder though. Aryan Tumala has been looking positive so far. He has been out there. It's a good sign for him as a batter and the team as the game progresses. Here comes Imran. Out of the hand delivery, a dot ball. Two dot balls to start this over. Imran Khan will be looking to build on that breakthrough they had in the last over and get the Tracers reeling for help now if he can pick up one more wicket of this over. Something happened that was there an edge? Let's see what the umpire suggests. No, it wasn't. It was just a by. The way Imran Khan responded, it felt like there was something on there, but Siddesh Patwari, the captain, not able to hold on to it. They were able to get a single by of that ball. So Joshua Trump, again, great figure out there. He has that reach for any kind of delivery we bowl to him. Well recognized batter in this region. He's played multiple leagues around over the years and now plying his trade for the MetroPlex Tracers this season. He wanted a quick single, but Tumala sent him back. So after that wicket, this has been a great start for the Lone Star Athletics now. Just 9 runs off so far. We're into the third over. And they're building on that pressure for the batters after that wicket. Joshua Trump will be looking to settle his nerve now. Get off the mark, get some runs. Down the leg side and signal as wide. And Imran Khan Jr. has a great bowl. Brings the ball into the right-hander. So he needs that one perfect delivery. If Joshua Trump or Aaron Tumala, in case gets some strike, if they miss, he has that opportunity to make that breakthrough again. There was the ball we were talking about. Very well bowled from Imran. A misfield, but no run over there. Just 2 runs of the over so far. Great start for the Lone Star Athletics perspective. Slicked off on the leg side, that might race away. And it does. So 4 runs to finish off this over. Joshua Trump is off the mark with a boundary. After 3 overs, the MetroPlex Tracers are 14 for 1. And meanwhile, as we start the second over, again, we'd like to give a round of applause to our sponsors who have been with us through thick and thin and throughout the years. Some of our sponsors, of course, include Krypton Solutions, Modular Equipment, Adara Communities, and Medical Care Center of Texas. Again, thank you so much for always being there, been supportive, and helping us make this tournament and this team a success. Here comes Nadkarni. Oh, he's gone for the big one. Tumala, the players converging underneath it. And he was not able to hold on to that. That was a big opportunity for another wicket. The 2 fielders converged underneath it. I think they made the right call. It seems like that was Imran Khan out there. I believe that was Sushant Modani. Oh, that was a missed opportunity for the Lone Star Athletics. There was wicket number 2 if we hold on to this. But nonetheless, here we go again. Oh, Joshua Trump really watchful there. Was going onto the stumps, but he was able to move that away. Great start from Naren Nadkarni now in his 2 overs. The way Nadkarni is bowling, he's leaning towards picking up another wicket because he has been spot on so far for the Lone Star Athletics. Aryan Tumala, definitely a big lottery there of the drop catch. So he has a lifeline. Let's see if he can make the full use of it as the innings progresses. Little shuffle there from Joshua Trump, and that's a good looking shot. That's probably a boundary. Oh no, the umpire signals this as a 6. I believe that went over the ropes. Handsome shot from Joshua Trump, giving himself room and going over that offside. The first 6 of the innings, MetroPlex Tracers innings, and it comes from Joshua Trump's bat. And that would hit the confidence of Aryan Nadkarni, who has been brilliant so far. But Joshua Trump punishing that for 6. Here's Nadkarni. Oh my god, this time on the onside. And that's absolute brilliant work in the field. Seems like he's saved a few runs or no. Oh, it's given us a boundary now, but that looked like a valiant effort. He got his hands to it, but he was not able to keep it inside the ropes. But that's another boundary now. Joshua Trump is going hard now at Nadkarni. 6 runs, 4 runs, so 10 of the last 2. And he has 2 more to go. Joshua Trump is out on a mission at the moment, it seems like. He's found his groove and is dancing to it at the moment. Nadkarni, he needs to come back. Fuller this time, well bowled. So as we saw, Joshua Trump, one handsome shot on the offside, all the way for 6, followed up with a good looking drive on the onside. So he's using and utilizing the field brilliantly to his power. 14 runs already of 8 deliveries. And as you can see, he's right now assessing the field, where the field is, understanding what the bowler will be bowling next. It's a good sign to be a batter on how you think and approach what the next ball would be. Straight to the fielder. So a couple of dot balls to finish off the 4th over. The MetroPlex Tracers are 25 for 1. So 25 for 1. New bowler in for the LSA. It's Saad Humayun who comes into the attack. Again, a good experienced bowlers now, Saad Humayun. Will looking to use his abilities to best effect for the LSA and pick up another wicket. Bring them back in the game. Put the Tracers on the back foot. But that's the need of the hour. Wickets and wickets at regular intervals. So here comes Humayun. He'll be bowling to Tumala, who's batting on 9. Slashed hard on the offside. That will race away for another boundary. A loose delivery to start off the over. And Aryan Tumala rightly punishing it off for 4 runs to start off this one. Too much room on the offside. Aryan Tumala perfectly placing it off on that point region for 4 runs. Stump slashed on the offside, but there's some protection down there in the deep. Will be a single. Brings the dangerous Joshua Trump on strike. Let's see what the intent here is from Joshua on the back foot, and that's a good appeal. Yep, it goes out. The finger goes up. Joshua Trump was also walking, And this is a crucial breakthrough. Saad Humayun is the man again. He picks up that wicket. That's wicket number 2 for the Tracers. It's 30 for 2 right on the 5th over. Joshua Trump comes back after scoring 14. So that brings in the captain Shubham Ranjane, who comes into the crease. Saad Humayun and the Lone Star Athletics. Great breakthrough, and this is what they need. And every 10-15 runs, if they keep picking wickets, they are in the game. It's never said never. And finish off with another fancy wing. Brilliant start from Humayun so far. Just 6 runs and a wicket. 1 more ball to go. And that's it straight to the fielder. Good fielding. Dot ball to finish off the 5th over. Good over for the LSA, but the MetroPlex Tracers are 31 for 2. Five overs, 31 for 2. Imran Khan Jr. 3 overs on the trot in the power play for him. And rightly so. He's been brilliantly so far, especially bowling to the right-handers. He's trying to make the best use of it. So now he's bowling to the new batter, the captain of the Tracers, Shubham Ranjane. See if Imran Khan, Shubham Ranjane, competition, well played. Shubham was watching at the ball and Aryan Tumala he didn't move at all, and Shubham Ranjane was almost halfway down the crease. That's something Aryan will have to keep an eye on. Not give out away easy run-outs like those. Imran. Good ball. Aryan Tumala now being watchful. It seems like he has taken that onus right now. He's been there since the beginning of the innings, but he saw his two partners go back to the pavilion. So he must be thinking, having that mature thinking. He has a task at hand right now. Be there for a good amount of overs, get those runs in. A good slower one from Imran Khan Jr., but it was picked up perfectly from Aryan Tumala, and he cuts hard for 4 runs. Aryan Tumala has been impressive, really impressive so far on the crease since he has came out. Reading the situation well, he read that ball, the slower one from Imran Khan, perfectly, and he cuts it hard on the offside for 4 runs. Be looking to bowl into the stumps next up now, Imran Khan. Where you elbow fielder place right there. So the equation 103 needed, about 14 overs. That's about 7 runs per over. Easily doable in any circumstances. But if the wickets start to tumble, that's where the game gets interesting. And it'll be a great matchup, We would like that from a viewer's perspective. Have an entertaining game on cards on a bright Sunday. That was good running, It was never a couple. He would have been gone. But Siddesh was not able to collect the ball into his gloves. But it seemed like Aryan Tumala was way short of his crease. But that was a risky couple of runs. But he made it nonetheless. And that's what I believe the discussion is between the captain and Aryan after those 2 runs. He moves on to 20 though, Aryan now. In the air, just a single to finish off this over. Tidy over, I guess, from Imran Khan. After the end of 6 overs and the power play, the MetroPlex Tracers are 39 for 2. They require 100 more runs of the remaining 14 overs. And let me take some more time and appreciate the sponsors, Lone Star Athletics. Some of them include Nitya Capital, Lakshmi, Savant Energy, AIO Oil, Texas Auto Trim, and Yogi Solar LLC. Thank you again to all our sponsors for being with us throughout. So end of power play, there is fielding restrictions come off. The MetroPlex Racers it'll get easier for them to get a couples and singles since the fielders will be spread out now. So this is a time for the Lone Star Athletics to get in the game. If they can restrict them to singles and doubles, not give away boundaries, keep that run rate intact. At least 7 to 8 runs per over will be something difficult to achieve and make it interesting, as the game progresses further on. Sadhu Mayun will continue from the Messi range end. And Aryan Tumala looking really good. Very confident in his stroke play now. Seems like he's settled onto the field. He's playing his shots. Down the track goes Shubham. So this will be the game plan, I believe, for the next few overs. And I believe the Lone Star Athletics will be looking to bring on all the spinners for the next few overs, so they can just handle singles and doubles. But would that be something they would be looking for? Because they definitely need wickets, and that's what they'll be looking for. They'll be looking to bring their strike bowlers who they believe in, who they can trust in, to get that breakthrough, as we saw Sadhu Mayun picking up that wicket in that last over. They do have Arnav Patel, And he goes big. Aryan Tumala, the fielder, just a bounce to him. But yeah, there was no opportunity for a catch. But Aryan Tumala, meanwhile, he's looking to go big. He just gets a single on that occasion. Through the covers for another single. Oh, that's needed a really good throw. Straight to the fielder, but 5 runs of that over. After 7, the Tracers are 44 for 2. So it seems like they're going with the medium pace option on the other end. Hamza Khalid is the bowler who comes into the attack. After Imran Khan was done with his 3 in the power play, it's Hamza Khalid who replaces him. Hitting the deck hard, and it's good shot between the two fielders that races away for a boundary. Aryan Tumala welcoming Hamza Khalid onto the field with a boundary. And Aryan Tumala has been looking an absolute fine touch. Another boundary to his name. A little shot there from Hamza Khalid, and Aryan Tumala placing it perfectly between the two fielders down there in the deep. Hamza, a little short, too much room on the offside. And Aryan Tumala places as well, and that's good running between the wickets. Couple of runs taken there. That's something which we didn't notice much during LSA, but the running between the wickets has been very quick for the MetroPlex Tracers, converting singles into doubles at the moment, and it's helping their cause. The run rate keeps in check for them. Aryan Tumala moves on to 30 and 50 up for the MetroPlex Tracers. A slower one this time from Hamza, but just a single. So Hamza Khalid needs to do something different here, because his team needs a breakthrough, and he needs to bowl a magical delivery to make that happen. Doesn't seem the case for him. Oh, there was another. They're looking for a couple of more runs. You can see how quickly they want to get those runs. Already 8 runs of this over so far. The offside, too much room again, but just a single. 86 needed of 12.1 overs. Again, 8 wickets in hand. That's the equation, or that's the target the Lone Star Athletics have to see. Just 2 wickets down. They need 8 more. Or even if they can get 2 or 3 wickets in succession, that will bring the pressure on the Tracers as they get this run chase done. And that's the first dot ball to finish off this over. 8 overs gone. The Tracers are 53 for 2. Here we go. Arnav Patel, the spinner, comes into the attack. Will be bowling to the youngster Tamala. Absolutely brilliant flight. Arnav Patel, in my perspective, has been really good. I love seeing him bowl. He has a good flight, he has good variation, and he bowls according to his field. And he's a good bowler who can get that breakthrough when you really need it during the game. Lovely action, as you can see in the follow-up. Perfect for a leg spinner. Quicker through the air. It's good to see from an upcoming youngster in this tournament as well. Clearing that foot, but great effort, brilliant fielding there, and that's an absolute stunner. What an effort there from the fielder, and that's what we needed. A moment of magic, a run out. The well-set Aryan Tumala has to come back. Unfortunately, I believe we still have some technical difficulties. We are not able to show the highlight, but this was an absolute brilliant throw to get rid of Aryan Tumala, who hit it harder through the offside, but the fielder stopped it. But Aryan Tumala was already 4 or 5 steps down the crease, and the return throw from the fielder was spot on, and no mistakes done there. The Tracers have lost their 3rd wicket. They are 55 for 3. We're in the 9th over, and this is something that Lone Star Athletics really needed. So Arnav Patel, even though he didn't pick a wicket, but a run out of his over, that's what's crucial for his team. That's what was needed, break that partnership. Brings on the new batter, Matthew Trump. We saw him bowl his 4 overs earlier, and now he comes out to bat at number 5. Great all-rounder here for the Tracers. And again, brilliant effort. Absolutely 100% from the fielder down there to take that run out. Well played, and Matthew Tromp is off the mark straight away. But Lone Star Athletic still feel they're still in the game, 3 wickets down. If they can pick up these wickets in regular intervals, anything is possible until we have seen that last run or the last ball pulled. You can see Anna Patel, he knows there's no fielder down there on the outside. Those soft hands from Shubham Ranjane, he made and tried to cover that region by himself. You can see all the youngsters, giving their all, making sure they don't give up any time of the match until and unless the result is out. Very well bowled, and another single to finish off this crucial over after the end of 9 overs. The MetroPlex Tracers are 58 for 3. And then the last set of sponsors we would like to thank are Apex Realtors, Emeralds, Fondren Orthopedic Group, Sri Balaji Design Construction and Remodeling, Mahek Indian Restaurant, and Monks, the Indian Chinese restaurant. Thank you again for all your efforts and your partnership throughout this season and the coming seasons as well. So Hamza Khalid will continue. Down the track comes Matthew Tromp, straight to the fielder. Pulled him back over there. Hitting that pitch hard is Hamza Khalid. But again, like his counterpart on the other end, he would like to pick up a wicket of this over. Straight down for another single. Shubham Ranjane seems like he wants to lead from the front, not give up his wicket, make sure they get the runs as needed in this middle overs, build this partnership with Matthew Tromp, who seems very confident out there. Oh my god. That's a big one. That's up in the air. Great effort down the field. Definitely didn't go. It seemed like it might be traveling all the way for 6. But a great effort was stopped inside the ropes. So just a couple of runs, it seems like, added to the score. But it was a good looking shot from Matthew Tromp. 2 players were trying to come underneath it. But nonetheless, it was a great effort to not let it go over the fence. Just a couple of runs. Down the track comes Tromp again. Saw him coming, Hamza, so he pulled him very off. So just a single there. Seems like Matthew Tromp doesn't care, it seems like. He's going to go for the big one if he has that opportunity. And that's good to have from a player from one end. Not going on the back foot totally. Making sure you keep those runs coming. And you have that one player who has that ability and has that intent in them. That was very late. And again, great fielding down there in the deep. It will be a couple of runs again saved. Seems like it was Kamran Sheikh cleaning up that pieces. So 2 runs to finish off the 10th over. Halfway through the second innings, the MetroPlex Tracers are 65 for 3. They require 74 more runs of the remaining 10 overs. Again, this is anyone's game. But again, we'll be back in a couple of more minutes. Don't go anywhere. We have an exciting second half coming up. So here we go, the business end of this match coming up. 10 overs, Tracers are 65 for 3, and in the remaining 10 overs they require 74 more runs to win. Again, this can be anyone's game. Lone Star Athletics have definitely not given up. They definitely think they are in with a chance. As long as they can pick up those wickets, anything is possible. 2 batters out there, Shubham Ranjane and Matthew Tromp. So Arnav Patel will continue. Good tidy first over from him. Oh, that's a very low, Siddesh. Hold on to it. Good start from Arnav Patel now. So the pressure might start creeping in the batters. That's something they wouldn't want at this point. Very well bowled from Arnav again. Single brings the captain now, Shubham Ranjane, on strike. They want a quick single and they're able to take it. Let's see if they had any communication during that break, Matthew Trump. Is he going to have a change in approach, or he's going to play his natural game? Seems like he's going to play his natural game, and brilliant shot for 4 runs. Absolutely stunning. On the back foot, Anav Patel, too much time for him. And Matthew Trump punishes him for a boundary. So boundary each over will just do the thing for the tracers, beg your pardon. And Matthew Trump is the guy who seems like the one doing those boundaries. Reaching forward. Call is for a couple of runs, and that's brilliant running. He needs a good throw, but taking on the fielders again are this MetroPlex tracers batters out there. And that's something which I believe was missing in the first innings. And the tracers are taking the full advantage of it, taking on the fielders. It's working very well. On the offside for a single this time. 9 of the over. 11 gone at 74 for 3. So change of bowling. It's RN Nadkarni. He's been bringing into the attack by the Lone Star Athletics. He bowled a couple of overs early up. But they're hoping RN Nadkarni can get that breakthrough and pick up a wicket. Wouldn't want this partnership to keep building and get away from them. Let's see if Nadkarni has that magic delivery in him. That's Matthew Trump on strike. Good looking shot to the covers for a single. Nadkarni now in his third over. Picked up a wicket and scored 15 runs. Meanwhile, Shubham Rajane will be careful. He's looking to be that anchor at the moment for his team. Not give up his wicket easily. Down the leg side, and that's signaled as a wide. So hint if it touched anything, but no, the umpire seems correct. A wide signaled. And the umpiring has been spot on so far. The last 2 days. It's always difficult out there in the middle. But they have been doing an absolute tremendous job. Here comes Arun. Good drive to the leg side. Will be a single. Has a great batting stance, as you can see, Matthew Trump. Plays every shot straight bat and understands the situation very well. A definite great player, The two captains having a word. Shubham Rajane Siddesh Patare. Is that in? Oh, that's been pulled hard. But there is cover down there in the deep, so it will only be a single again. So the singles of every delivery so far. 5 runs of the 4 balls with an wide, which was bowled early up. But, the singles might just not help in the favor in a way. The required run rate will start creeping up if they just keep getting singles and dot balls. But it'll be crucial, Matthew Trump is the trump card, I believe. Trump is the trump card for the Tracers. If he gets going like that, and if he connects it, it might just take away the game completely from your hands. So again, singles of every ball. 1 more ball to go for the 12th over. Very well, most. And they'll take a single. So run a ball, 7 runs of that over. 12 overs gone. The Tracers are 81 for 3. And here we go. Again, the round of applause to all our sponsors. This time including Krypton Solutions, Modular Equipment, Adara Communities, Medical Care Center of Texas. Arnav Patel will continue. Shubham Ranjane, 14 runs, 15 balls. Matthew Trump, the accelerator, 17 of 14. Here comes Arnav Patel. He needs a tidy over now. Anything less than 5 would do. Shubham comes down to track to him, but just a single. Now 58 required of 8 overs. Again, a tidy couple of overs like 4 runs or 5 runs of this will definitely bump that required run rate up and build that pressure and play with the minds of the batter at the moment. So that's something the Lone Star Athletics will be thinking, along with picking up a wicket as well. So at the moment it'll be interesting to see how they can get back in the game. They would want an attacking field setup at the moment. Let the batter have to think about it. It was a quick delivery, but I believe the fielder was not ready in time before the ball was bowled. So that ball has signaled. Arnav Patel, really quick with his overs, but at that moment he completely missed out that his fielder was not ready. Nonetheless, here we go again. Well bowled. He would definitely want that fielder in the circle if he keeps bowling that, otherwise there will be easy singles for them. He would love a couple of dot balls and build that pressure on the batter, and then for the batter to come out and go big, that might help them to turn that into a wicket. But right now it's looking easy pickings, singles of every balls again of this over. No pressure on the batter, it seems like. Being a little conservative at the moment. But again, Arnav Patel and the Lone Star Athletics, they have the ability to have that one ball and change the outcome, but that races away, and that's what it'll do. 4 runs now. Shubham Ranjane this time waited for it completely and placing it perfectly over there where there was no fielder present. So 4 runs and an expensive over now. Arnav Patel. So 1 more to go for this. On the track and a single to finish off the 13th over. The Tracers are 90 for 3. So R.N. Nadkarni, final over for him. Ranjane on strike. 49 needed of the 7 overs. That's almost 7 runs per over. Nadkarni needs a breakthrough here for his team. Bounces it up and pulls a pull shot for a single. He's inviting the batter, seems like, to go for that pull shot up in the air. So he has that fielder placed down there. But Shubham Ranjane making sure he doesn't hit it up in the air, hits it very ground and brings Matthew Tromp on strike. Flicked off on the leg side, straight to the fielder down there. It's looking fairly easy so far for the Tracers. We don't see any urgency or attacking syndrome for the Lone Star Athletics. They have all the fielders set up well wide outside. But again, great display of cricket from both the teams so far today. Again, that short ball, inviting the batter to go hard, but they know they don't want to hit those risky shots. If they can just clip it for a singles and doubles, that would do the trick. In the last 3 overs, we have seen singles of every deliveries. Oh, that's gone big, Tromp. The fielder's there. Oh, the call is for 2, and that's absolutely quick running between the wickets from the 2. At the moment, it didn't feel like they might take a couple, but the running between the wickets has been really, really impressive for the Tracers today. Matthew Tromp and Shubham Ranjane. Not Kearney, 26 for 1. He has 2 more balls to go. Comes down to Trom. And Trom, that's gone all the way, it seems like, and it's a big one. What a shot from Matthew Tromp. Come at the hour, come at the man. It's the man himself. Tromp is the trump card. 6 runs for him, and it brings up the 100 for the MetroPlex Tracers in the 14th over. Aaron Nadkarni again hitting that deck hard on Matthew Tromp. Down the track, slashes it hard down the ground for 6. He moves on to 28 of 19 deliveries. Still have 1 more ball to go. Still lost 1. Down the track for a single. Finishes up the 14th. The MetroPlex Tracers are 102 for 3 and they require 37 more of the remaining 6 overs. Saad Humayun seems like it's coming into the attack. So there's 37 needed, 6 overs to go. That's almost run a ball. Seems like it'll be an easy target for the Tracers to come up and get 2 wins in a row in 2 days against the Lone Star Athletics. Here comes Humayun. A maiden over will make it a little interesting. Seems like the way Matthew Tromp has been playing, that won't be the case. So again, a lot of questions, and a lot of thank the coaches for both the teams will have to do before the next season starts. They had a good season, a lot of learnings to do. Both the teams, they had a good, blend of youth and experience in their teams. And they tried to get the best balance, but it's always difficult when you have so many teams. It's constantly changing what should be the right combination, which player is in form and the rhythm. And then sometimes you have injuries, which is very unlucky for players to have mid-season. But again, a lot of learnings for both the teams to do here. And they're definitely going to come out stronger next year. The Central Division is always tough to play. We have so many good teams from Chicago, from Dallas, coming out and playing here. And competing against this team through this last 1 to 2 month period, it's a commendable job for all the players involved and the coaches and the staff throughout. Through the covers are a couple of runs there to Matthew Tromp. He moves on to 32. Matthew Tromp, an early shot coming into the match if they win. Early shot for being one of the contenders for the man of the match. Picked up some wickets, and then this solid innings, some good looking shots throughout the field. A couple of sixes. It's been a joy to watch, and it's been his day definitely for sure at the Kingsman Arena today. Sweeping this time, very well played from Shubham. Good timing there on that sweep. 6 runs of this 15th over. The MetroPlex Tracers are 108 for 3. And time for some more appreciation to the sponsors. Some of the sponsors include Nitya Capital, Lakshmi, Savant Energy, AIO Oil, Texas Auto Trim, and Yogi Solar LLC. Thank you again for your continued support and contribution throughout this season and every season you have been with the teams. So 5 overs, 31 needed. The Tracers well on track to finish strong with this win. They won the game yesterday batting first, and they're aiming to win today's game as well, batting second this time. And on both occasions they lost the toss. So it'll be something good to think about. Coming down the track early was Shubham. Hamza Khalid following up with a slower delivery there. Here you can see Siddesh Patare coming closer to the stumps. So this would tempt Shubham to not come outside his crease. Keeps him in there. Brings Trump on strike now. Trump, 33 runs, 24 deliveries. Shubham Rajane, 26 of 25. So calm, collective innings from both of them. They made sure they don't give up easy wickets. Finish the season strong. Hamza. Again, change of pace, slower one. Matthew Trump trying to go for the big one. Flicked off for another single now. This has worked in a favor so far, Siddesh coming to the stumps. So you've seen Shubham and Matthew Trump. They have been taking a couple steps ahead. And if they connect it, it's going for a boundary. So that has kind of stopped that flow of boundaries. So you can expect a couple of more singles of the last 2 balls to come. Unless Matthew Trump does something special, but no. Another single. So tidy over from Hamza Khalid, just 4 runs of it. Ball, the call is, they'll just be happy with a single to finish off the 16th over. The Tracers are 113 for 3. So here we have Arnav Patel. He'll need a brilliant over now. Down the track comes Shubham. Straight down for a single. Arnav Patel's given up 24 runs in his 3 overs so far. Oh, it's a quicker one that's gone straight down. The fielder won't be able to stop on that. Matthew Tromp read that delivery really well. 4 runs there, straight down the ground. And he moves on to 39. This was a quick off spin there from Arnav Patel. Matthew Tromp punishing it perfectly down the ground. Welcome boundary. Still 21 runs away. And the thing that's in the bag. And this time comes down the track again. Unbelievable stop there down in the deep. Feels like he stopped it. So yes, just a single. He definitely saved a boundary over there. Yeah, the fielding has been absolute brilliant for both the teams throughout. We saw an absolute stunning catch in the first innings from Noshken Jige. And this time, great effort, even though, they're inching towards that. They're thinking they're going to win this, but still giving their all, 100% until the game is done. Absolutely brilliant. And the short delivery from leg spinner, very rare to see that. Arnav Patel, it seems like it's out of sorts this game. He's missing his line and length. It's affecting his overall performance. 31 is an expensive game for him, this one. Down the track comes Shubham this time, and that'll be another boundary. Or actually, that's gone all the way. Yep, it's gone over the ropes as the umpire suggests. And a really expensive over as the Tracers are almost closer towards that win. They just required 12 of the remaining 3 overs. They have 127 for 3. And before we go, again, round of applause to our sponsors, Apex Realtors, Emeralds, Fondren Orthopedic Group, Sri Balaji Design Construction and Remodeling, Mehak Indian Restaurant, and the Mox Indian Chinese Restaurant. Thank you, and a big thank you to all our sponsors who have been here supporting us throughout the years. We hope to see you soon again throughout this coming year and the next season. So that crazy over from last one, Matthew Tromp, Shubham Ranjane, breaking the shackles, the handbrake, taking off the handbrake, and they just require 12 runs now, which is easily possible in this over if they go for the big ones. Matthew Tromp, 41. If he can hit 2 big hits, he can reach his half century. So let's see what he has in store. Is he going to attack Hamza? He does. He goes for the big one. And the fielder was almost close, but that's big one. That's 6 number 1. He moves on to 47. 3 runs short of his half century, and the Tracers 6 runs short of the target. And this game is almost done and dusted, guys. Matthew Tromp, all guns blazing, shown his class and his power completely out of here. 47 runs, 30 deliveries, and is definitely a top contender for the man of the match in this game. So will it be this delivery, or are we waiting for it? Let's see. Here comes Hamza Khalid. 6 runs needed for the big win. And he goes big again. This time the fielder has taken it. It's a big one. It is a wicket. So Matthew Tromp has to come back to the pavilion. That's a great catch under immense pressure. That's wicket number 4 goes. Matthew Tromp is not able to reach his half century. But this is An absolutely brilliant innings. 47 of 31 deliveries. Just completely killed the game in the middle innings. The Tracers only require 6 runs now. So Matthew Trump, round of applause. Probably the innings of the game so far. He comes back to the pavilion. Hamza Khalid gets a wicket in his name. Darshan Haribabu is the new batter in for the Tracers, and he has a big task in hand to get them over the line. Just requires 6 runs. So 6 runs to win now. The overs won't be needed, like 2.4, but let's see if they're able to achieve that in this over itself. Darshan Haribabu, new batter in. Shivam Rajne up close to the stumps. Hamza. Good drive. Some fielder down there. Coming back for a couple. Most off the mark straight away. 2 runs to Haribabu already. So 4 runs short of the target now. Hamza Khalid, 3.3 overs. 29 runs given and a wicket taken. Well bowled there. 2 more balls to go. 4 runs. Definitely we were saying earlier, 15 runs, 20 runs short. Definitely off the par score of 150 here. So it was easily doable now from the Tracers, as we have seen. Just 4 runs needed. Decided against that single. So we are indeed going into the 19th over, it seems like. Here comes Hamza. Good drive, and that brings us to the end of the 18th. Tracers are 135 for 4. 4 more runs required. So it'll be Imran Khan Jr. He'll bowl from the Messi ranch end, or actually seems like a change of bowling. Maybe the Lone Star Athletics are having some fun. They're gonna bring a different bowler. It seems like it's going to be Sushant Modani who'll bowl 1 over here. Some spin introduction. Shivam Rajne, will he be the man? Will he go for big and finish this off? Or are they going to take singles and finish this off in the 19th over? Expect a shot straight down the ground here from Shubham Ranjane. The way Modani is currently setting up his field. Expect a fuller off spinner in the slot. Oh, on the offside. Dot ball to start off with. A maiden over will make this really interesting. But let's see how this is going to pan up. Sweeping that brilliant. He has that Sunil Narayan kind of an action, Modani. The batter is not able to see the ball until it comes over his head there. He's hiding the ball. That's an interesting line, bowling. So 4 more balls to go. Can Modani have 4 dot balls in his bag? Oh, there's a loose ball on the leg side, and that's it. Brilliant placement from Shubham Ranjane, the captain. A boundary was needed, and he does it this time. MetroPlex Tracers have no issues finishing the game, and they have won the 2nd game in a row against the Lone Star Athletics, and a big win to finish off their season. The Lone Star Athletics won't be happy. They had won the toss again today, decided to bat first today, and they posted 138 in their 20 overs. And the MetroPlex Tracers bang on with their bowling. And when they came out to back the Tracers, they achieved it in their 18.3 overs, 139 for 4, thanks to a brilliant innings from Matthew Trump in the middle, along with the captain Shubham Ranjane, making sure they're over the finish line, finishing off with that boundary of the last one. So, the news out here from the Kingsman Cricket Arena, the MetroPlex Tracers have won this game by 6 wickets, and they're finishing off the season strong with a couple of wins against the Lone Star Athletics. So until next time, we'll be back soon, but we do have some more matches going on at the moment from our other grounds. So please do tune in as we come out to a conclusion very soon next week with the playoffs starting soon. So signing off from the Kingsman Cricket Arena, thank you for joining in today. We look forward for you guys to view our other matches. So thank you again. See you soon, guys.